Have you ever wondered what you'd see if you looked into a mirror that showed your true self? Not just your physical reflection, but the depths of who you really are. Legend speaks of such a mirror, hidden away in ancient ruins deep within a misty forest. Those who've sought it say the path itself seems to shift and change, as if the forest is testing your resolve. I once heard a story of someone who found it. They said the mirror stood alone in a crumbling stone chamber, its surface cracked but somehow still intact. As they approached, the mist seemed to curl around their feet, pulling them closer, almost like invisible hands guiding them toward their destiny. But here's where it gets interesting. When they looked into that mirror, they didn't just see their present self. They saw flashes of their past, moments that shaped them. A house fire that took everything they owned when they were 7, the best friend who betrayed their trust in high school, the choices they made out of fear rather than courage. And then, something extraordinary happened. Their reflection began to change. It wasn't sudden, more like water slowly rippling across the surface. The image that emerged was still them, but different. Darker, more intense. It was everything they'd buried deep inside. Their anger, their ambition, their hidden desires. This dark self wasn't evil, though. It was simply truth, unfiltered and raw. It was the version of themselves they'd been too afraid to acknowledge, the potential they'd never dared to embrace. Some say this mirror doesn't just show us who we are. It shows us who we could become if we stopped hiding from ourselves. The most fascinating part? Everyone who's supposedly found this mirror sees something different, but they all come back changed. Not because the mirror has any magical powers, but because facing your absolute truth, every beautiful and ugly part of yourself, is the most transformative experience possible. Perhaps the real question isn't whether this mirror actually exists. Maybe the real question is, if you found it, would you be brave enough to look? And more importantly, would you be ready to accept what you see?